Hey, Berkeley fifth graders, this is Miss Coatney, and I am making this video to help some of you get started on your ELA extra credit assignment. I think sometimes when we see the word narrative essay, that word essay makes us go, ugh, right? Like nobody wants to write an essay. But you're in fifth grade and you've been working on writing all year, so you will do a phenomenal job. I think sometimes we need to just stop and get our thoughts together and figure out what we want to say, and then that helps us to get our writing going. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to help you to kind of create an outline and talk you through maybe how you can turn that into your full narrative essay. I think this is a really important assignment because it's not just about you getting the extra credit, but it's you writing down what it's been like for you during the coronavirus. I know that it's been such an interesting event, but I think one day it's going to go down in history, and we're going to want to remember where we were, what we were feeling, what we were doing during this time. And so this assignment is actually going to be really powerful for you to actually write down that experience. So without further ado, I'm going to show you how I might go about writing my narrative essay on the coronavirus. Now guys, I'm going to do my very best not to have my phone camera shake, but I am recording this from my phone, so bear with me. So on my computer, I've pulled up the assignment, which you can pull up on any device, your phone, computer, and I've put the link for the assignment into the description of this video. So if you pull up the assignment, in this first box here, it reminds you what you need in each paragraph. So this first paragraph is about how I'm feeling, right? Is there anything that I'm afraid of? The second paragraph is what my days are like. Okay, so what am I doing with my time? And then what do I miss about school? Okay, so it's 3 paragraphs. So if I was to make it into an outline, here's my piece of paper. So on my paper, I'm gonna make my outline. Now my outline is not my essay. This is just helping me to plan my essay. So right here, I'm gonna put this for paragraph 1, and I'm gonna put feelings. And then underneath, I'm going to put my feelings and examples or reasons why I felt that way. So under this, I might put A for the first feeling that I felt. And maybe at first when the coronavirus happened, I felt calm because I thought, oh, it's not a big deal. So maybe that's what I'm going to do underneath here. I'm going to add some things that made me more calm. Not a big deal. Won't last long. No school. Right? These are some reasons why I might have felt calm. Well, maybe after a while when I realized it didn't end, I'm going to add another feeling. Maybe at this point I'm feeling overwhelmed. Why would I be feeling overwhelmed? Well, I'm realizing it's a serious problem. People in news are dying. I might want to take out in news because it's not in the news, but there's people I'm reading about are dying. And then maybe I'm overwhelmed because I miss my regular routine. Right? I miss things that were normal for me, seeing my friends, teachers, playing in sports, whatever it might be. So now I've got enough information that I could easily turn this into a paragraph when I'm ready. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to continue my outline for my next paragraph, which is, if I look back on my assignment, because that's important to do, my next paragraph would be what my days are like. Okay, so down here, I'm going to put 2, Roman numeral 2 for paragraph 2. And I'm going to put my daily life, you could say. There's different ways you could say that. So then I need to come up with some ways how my life is like during coronavirus. Now for this one, if it's easier for you to just do A, B, C, D instead of A and having things underneath, that's totally fine. You do whatever works best for you. But let's see what we can put under here. Maybe one of the things you miss most about school would probably be like seeing my classmates in person. Maybe you miss talking to your teachers. Sometimes we miss things that we don't expect to miss, like switching classes or eating in the lunchroom. Like, you really have to think about what is it that you wish that you were still doing, but you're not right now because of the coronavirus. What is it that you miss about school? So I'm going to stop here. I could keep adding things on, but I would want you to make it your own. So I'm just giving you an example here. So the reason that we made this outline was so that we could get our ideas on paper, so we can figure out what it is we want to write about. So we want to include these things in our paragraphs, right? But now we want to add a lot more, right? We don't want to write really short phrases in our essay. We want to write sentences. We want to add in our thoughts, our feelings, even different things that we can do to make our narrative sound exciting. We want it to be a story that draws in people's attention. It might have some sad things in it, but it still is something people would want to read. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take my outline and start putting it into sentences for my essay. Now I'm going to show you this by typing it, but if you need to handwrite it, remember you can do that. All you have to do is send a picture of it to your teacher's Google Voice number, and I will show that at the end of the video. And there's also ways to mail your work in if you are not able to send a text with your paper. But you can write it out if you want, get another piece of paper and write it out, or you can type it up. Okay, either option is great. I'm going to show typing because otherwise it's going to take me a really long time. So if you come over here, I've got a document up here. This is me using Google Docs because it's the easiest for me. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to start my paragraph 1. Maybe I will come up with a title that I could change later, but for now I'll just put Coronavirus by Miss Cody. So I'm going to indent my paragraph by pressing tab. And I'll start it off. I know on my paper I wrote feelings, calm, not a big deal, won't last long, no school. So maybe I'm going to start by saying, when I first heard about the coronavirus, I honestly felt calm, maybe to make this even better, and even a bit excited. This meant I wouldn't have to go to school for 2 weeks. And instead of, I had the exclamation mark, but I took it away because I thought, why wouldn't I go to 2 weeks? Why is that exciting? Because spring break is normally only 1 week. So maybe, which is much better than just 1, right? And then I need to say why I was calm. Maybe you heard from somebody that it wouldn't last very long, or maybe you just thought that. So I could say, I just didn't think the virus would last very long. And soon everything would just go back to normal. Right? My feelings changed, however, when 2 weeks became 3 weeks. And then 4 weeks. right? You see what I'm doing though, guys? I know it might seem like I'm making it look super easy, and I know it's not always easy, but I think when you write a narrative, you're kind of just telling a story. You're like trying to tell a story that other people can relate to. Okay, and so what you're going through during the coronavirus, guys, I guarantee you so many students are feeling it. So all I want you to do is put it to paper, right? You can add in like quotes and things that people say. You can put in noises like onomatopoeia, like, I wish it would just end, right? Anything that you want to do to make it creative, but you're really just telling a story. And so I honestly took I just took things that I was putting in my outline, and I just I was like, oh, calm, not a big deal, right? Just didn't think the virus would last very long. Soon everything would go back to normal. That's why I thought it wasn't a big deal, right? I'm just turning it into sentences. And so this is what I want you guys to do when you're writing this. And I honestly, if you are struggling with it, be sure to like reach out to one of your teachers, because I know the reading teachers at Berkeley are super helpful, and we would love to do a phone call with you, or some way that we could talk to you and help you out with what you've got. So please feel free and don't hesitate to reach out to your teachers if you're struggling with this. I could go on and show you more things that you could do, but I really think that the best thing for you is not to see too many ideas from somebody else, but just to get your own ideas on paper. I also want to encourage you, if you have not started your math and science extra credit, to make sure that you take a look at the videos that have been posted. We have a whole YouTube channel and a whole section just for the extra credit opportunities. So go through there and see if you missed anything. And guys, I really want to encourage you to do this, right? There's no reason why you wouldn't want to improve your grade, especially as you're thinking about 6th grade and you're wanting to get into really great classes next year. Don't forget, it's right around the corner, okay? Once again, reach out if you need help. Really proud of you guys, and I hope that this helped you as you are working on your ELA assignment.